Hello, traders. FS Speculator here. Today is Wednesday, so happy hump day, and it is September 24th. So, how is everybody doing today? Hey, Andrew. Yeah, definitely. We're gonna look at the pound dollar. Really, the whole purpose of these live streams I like to do once a week is to interact with my audience. Take requests. I analyze just basically the dollar pairs and a couple yen pairs and the dollar index daily, but obviously there's a lot of pairs that I don't analyze on my videos. So this gives me a really good chance to look at stuff that maybe potentially I don't really look at on a normal basis. So if anybody does have any requests ever, definitely put them in the chats. I'll be more than happy to take a look at basically anything. I always like to start off real quick just to look at the news calendar. I mean, because obviously we need to be aware of the news. Tomorrow morning we have Switzerland with doing their interest rate news. They are not changing the rate according to the forecast, but I mean that could possibly change between now and then. Definitely something to watch out for. That should be a pretty good mover. We got GDP tomorrow for the U.S. and unemployment claims tomorrow for the U.S., which could possibly be a little bit of a mover. This other stuff is not really that big of a deal. Durable goods and core durable goods, not really that big of a deal. Final GDP, the this one up here, the quarter over quarter is definitely the more important one. Existing home sales, not a big deal really. We got CPI for the yen pairs if anybody's trading the Asian session Thursday night, Friday morning. And then Friday we got GDP for the CAD, and we got PCE for the dollar. PCE is probably the better of the news events that we actually have this week for the dollar. There's not really a whole lot of really good news this week for the dollar. GDP is a fairly good one, and PCE is a fairly good news event. So definitely a couple things to watch out for this week still. Not really. I mean, today is Wednesday, and Wednesday is usually a pretty good day in the market, whether there was any news or not. There really wasn't any real news today. I mean, we had a little bit of news in the Asian session last night, but really nothing for dollar news. Not really a whole lot for euro, pound. Really not a whole lot of news in general. So, but hump day is usually a pretty good market move a day, as you can see. A lot of the dollar pairs are moving pretty nicely. I always like to start off by looking at the dollar index because to me the dollar index is the roadmap to all the dollar pairs except for gold and maybe not the dollar yen. So in my eyes, if you can figure out what the dollar index is doing, then you can minus the dollar yen because the dollar yen is kind of a yen pair more than anything, and gold doesn't really give a crap what the dollar is doing. So these six pairs right here follow the dollar index very closely. If you think the dollar index is going up for the next week or two, then you should be trading all these dollar pairs according to that analysis. You could probably get away with pretty much only analyzing the DXY and the dollar index and trading all the dollar pairs only based on that analysis. Honestly, that's pretty much the way I do it more than anything. So to me, the dollar analysis is by far the most important. Since there's no news or anything today, I just want to make people aware of my higher time frame analysis on this. And honestly, I always analyze the FXCM US dollar index because it's equally weighted between six currencies: the euro, the pound, I think it's the Aussie, the Swiss, and I think the yen. Um, so the US dollar index is equally weighted. The DXY is not equally weighted. The DXY is 57.5% weighted, I believe, to the euro dollar. That makes it look exactly like the euro dollar, except for in reverse. That's why I don't analyze the DXY. Now, I do admit that right now on the weekly time frame, I think the DXY might be a better looking pattern. I think the pattern may be a little bit more clear on the DXY on the weekly time frame. So, in my eyes, this is definitely one, two, three waves down. So that's a three-way pattern, definitely. This is one wave up, three waves down, one wave up. So that's another three-way pattern, impulsive, corrective, impulsive. So we got three waves up, three waves down. Normally a 3-3 pattern is always going to lead to either a five-way pattern or another three-way pattern. We already got another five-way pattern here, as you can see. That is definitely five waves. So we got five waves in already. So we already got a 3-3-5 pattern. The question is this going to be a complete 3-3-5 pattern, and now it's going to be a complete trend reversal? Looking at the dollar pairs, I don't really think that's what's going to happen. I think we're going to turn into another 3-3-3 pattern, which is a WXY pattern. Now, I spent a lot of time talking about the dollar index, and I know a lot of people that are like, oh, I don't trade the dollar index. Why is this important? Because I know for a fact that if I can figure out what the dollar index is doing, you basically know exactly what to do on the euro, the pound, the Aussie, the Kiwi, the CAD, and the Swiss. So it's extremely important to spend a lot of time analyzing the DXY and the dollar index, in my opinion. So we already have 5 waves in. I think this is going to go up. I think the US dollar is going to go up to at least a 30 or a 50% Fibonacci retracement. I think we have 5 waves down for like an A. I think we're going to make 3 waves up for a B. And I think we're going to probably make another 5 waves down probably the beginning of next year for a wave C. I think this is an A, B, C of wave W, which will make this a triple three pattern. So this is 3 waves down for W, 3 waves up for X, 3 waves down for Y. Very, very, very common. WXY patterns are definitely something you need to learn. They are all over the charts. Hey, Maverick and Stefan, how's it going, buddy? If you guys have anything to analyze, definitely put in the chats. I'll be more than happy to look. So if that's true, then we probably are going to be kind of bullish the dollar, in my opinion, maybe even for the rest of the year, because 38, 50% on the weekly is a long ways up. Now you go down to the daily time frame. I prefer to go back to the US dollar index because this is what I always analyze. I prefer to go to the 4 hour time frame because I think that's where the clarity is in this situation. My old mentor used to say it's all about the search for clarity. Once you find that clarity, you need to apply that clarity to all time frames and all relevant pairs. 1 wave up, 3 waves down, 1 wave up. 5 waves down, 3 waves up, 5 waves down. 1 wave up, 1 wave down, 1 wave up. 1 wave down, 3 waves up, 1 wave down. I was just talking about a WXY pattern. This is a W, that's 3 waves. This is an X, that's 3 waves. This is a Y, that's 3 waves. But then instead of making a 5 wave impulsive move, we made another 3 wave. So we have a WXYXZ pattern. I'm very confident about this at WXYXZ pattern. I think this is potentially a wave one. I think this is a wave two. I think we're probably in a wave three, a wave four, and a wave five right now. So I'm pretty confident we're in a wave three right now of wave A. Eventually, probably near the high of wave B, because what do we know about Elliott wave? We know based on Elliott wave that most wave A's and most wave ones end around the structure of the previous wave B in a 3 wave pattern, or the previous wave 4 in a 5 wave pattern. That's where a wave A or a wave 1 normally ends, is at the wave 4 of a previous 5 wave pattern, or at the wave B of a previous 3 wave pattern. So if you do have some knowledge about Elliott wave, you can come up with some pretty damn good targets a lot of times. I think we're in 5 waves of A. I think this is potentially going to go down for 3 waves of B, which would be a correction to the 5 waves. Probably around, Thanksgiving, Christmas time, you'll be a corrective. And then probably another 5 waves up for the wave C. And this is all going to be an ABC WXYXZ pattern, probably up to about the 38 or the 50% on the DXY, which would potentially put us all the way up to, I don't know, what does that say? The 38% is at 101.64. The 50% is at 103.3. So those are my two main targets on the DXY, which is those Fibonacci levels. So I know we spent a lot of time working on the DXY, but like I said, it is extremely important in my eyes. So that information right there literally should tell us exactly what to do on all the dollar pairs if that information is correct. So anyways, yeah, let me start taking requests. I mean, I see somebody wants the pound dollar, so I'll look at the pound dollar. And I would like to look at some things that maybe I don't always look at because, I make videos for the euro dollar, pound dollar, and all those pairs every single day. So if you have something that you want me to look at, cryptocurrency, stock market, indices, forex, commodities, doesn't really matter. I can at least give my opinion about pretty much everything. So let's look at the pound dollar. Pound dollar, I think, is actually one of the clearest ones out of the bunch, and most of the reason is because of where it turned on the retracement. If I put my special flats Fibonacci retracement on my chart, it hit the 90% almost perfectly. Look at how well it hit that 90%. Yeah, definitely. We'll look at the Euro Aussie, Euro CAD, not a problem. The fact that it made 3 waves down, 3 waves up, and it bounced from the 90% is such a big clue to me of what we are looking at that it's almost too clear to be true, honestly. Sometimes when things are almost too clear to be true, they are too clear to be true, but I think this is now going down. And my target would either be, if it's a running, I think it's irregular because it turned at the 100%. So my target would be either the 90%, which would be a double bottom, or my target would be the 100% or the 105%, which would be a little bit of a lower low. So that puts us down. My first target on the pound dollar is 1.314, and my second area of interest is right around 1.305, 1.037, 1.307, someplace in that area. I don't really spend a whole lot of time working on the shorter time frames. I mean, the 4 hour time frame I definitely will label a little bit, but I don't really spend any of my time, trying to figure out what the 1 hour and below is doing. Because what's the point if I have a general direction on the daily, the weekly, and maybe the 4 hour? There's really no point in doing really much analysis on the shorter time frames. We're just basically looking for pullback entries on the shorter time frames. That's basically our only goal. I think we're in a wave three. I mean, it does have a little bit of a 5 wave look to it, and it possibly could go up. But based on the dollar index, I mean, I think we're in a wave three right now. I think this thing is going to keep going. I mean, obviously, there's going to be some pullbacks along the way, probably here and maybe down here. But I think we're in a wave three. I think this thing is not even close to being over. We're probably going to be in a trend most of the week, in my opinion. And like I said, my first target is all the way down here, right around the 1.3144 area. So definitely very, very bearish on that for sure. Yeah, let's check out the Euro Aussie. I make videos on the pound dollar all the time. So let's do the pound Aussie. I will be the first to admit that lately, I really haven't been doing a whole lot of analysis on anything below the pound yen because I don't really trade a lot of those pairs. I do like the pound Aussie and I actually do like the Euro CAD too. Those are good pairs, but I don't really do a whole lot of analysis on these anymore. I have been thinking for a very long time that we are still in a wave three in the higher time phase. I still think that overall this could go up to the 161%, which is all the way up at about 2.0. I still think there's a chance this thing's going to end up looking like this within the next year or so. I think it's very clear that it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that should give me a pretty general direction. Now, where it starts to become difficult is like the daily and the 4 hour. The Yo Kiwi looks like the correction is over and it's just all the way back in the uptrend. So honestly, this is probably it. This is probably just a 3 way pattern right here. This is probably just the end of a correction. It was a correction to this 5 ways up. Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ways up. Probably like one or something. Maybe this is two. Honestly, that's probably my best guess on this one. I think we should definitely be looking for longs. This really looks like a complete pattern. It looks like a flat too, doesn't it? Let's throw a Fibonacci on there, see if we can confirm that that potentially is a flat. Oh yeah, that is a flat. It turned at the 105%. If you don't know the Fibonacci levels that flats should go to, then it's definitely something you should learn. Because the one thing that is really good about flats is they're extremely reliable to where they potentially turn, especially if you see 3 waves, 3 waves. This is actually kind of a WXY, but it's definitely played out in a flat pattern because it turned at the 105. The 105 is a target for a flat. I bet this low right here is either the 105 or the 123. Let's figure it out. So you measure the wave A, project it off the top of the wave B, and what do you get? 123. Before I even put my Fibonacci level on there, I said that this is probably the 105 or the 123 right there. That's extremely important information. You really need to learn about flats a little more if you don't already know, definitely. Pretty important stuff. So yeah, I would definitely be bullish. Boy, that looks like the end of a correction today. That looks like the end of an ABC correction for sure. Look at that. Look at this one. Oh my God, look at that. That's beautiful. Oh, look at this one. That's an expanding. That's a running. Oh, I don't want to draw lines on there. Could be copyrighted. That looks like a running ABC. This is a traditional ABC right there. Look at that. That's a beautiful ABC. This is a little what I would call an irregular ABC because the wave C is very small. I mean, geez, what would you be doing? You'd be looking for 3 wave ABC pullbacks. There's a lot of different varieties of ABC pullbacks, but they are all over the damn chart, that's for sure. I do like the Yo Aussie. I think the Yo Aussie. If I was gonna, I like the dollar pairs. I trade the Yo yen, the pound yen. I do not trade gold. I hate gold. But I do like the Euro Aussie. I do like the Euro CAD. I like the Pound Aussie. I kind of like the Aussie CAD. Done. I can analyze that definitely. If it's a really like a really new coin, like there's not much data on the charts, then it gets really difficult. Last week somebody asked me to analyze something that was only like 6 months old or something, and it's very difficult to do a technical analysis on something if there's not a lot of data. But I can definitely look. You got to tell me what the ticker is. I don't know if it's PI, if PI is the ticker, but you have to tell me what to look it up on TradingView. Let's look at the Euro CAD first because that was also requested. The Euro CAD is another one that I personally think is in a wave three. Actually, we should have a Fibonacci extension on here. I still keep up with the higher time frames. Yeah, it might have been. I don't remember who asked, but it gets very difficult if there's no data. Even these charts only go back to like 2004, which in the reality of a chart that's really not that old. 2004 is not that long ago. It is a long time ago, but anyways, I got my Fibonacci extension on the first wave projected off the bottom of the second wave because this is either a 1-2 or an AB. It could be an AB, honestly. I mean, we're out at the 100%, but I bet it's gonna. I think it's gonna go to this area. I would still be very bullish overall. Yeah, that's definitely the end of a correction right there, isn't it? I don't have it labeled correctly because I haven't been following these pairs very closely, but that is definitely the end of a correction right there. This is the wave over here. Someplace is the wave B, something like that, something along those lines. So yeah, I think that's an ABC correction. I think this is a complete pattern on the weekly. I think that's a wave one, wave two. I bet we're in the middle of a wave three. I would be targeting these highs at least. The 161 is right there at the 1.78 is the 1.780 is the 161% fib. But like I said, I really haven't been keeping up with these charts at all, just because I do better when I watch fewer pairs. But on the daily, we think we're in a wave three, and then we go down to the daily, and we're like, okay, well, we think we're in a wave three, and then we got higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low. There's definitely no reason to think this trend is over. We're approaching the 100%. The 100% definitely could be an area of resistance for sure. But yeah, I would definitely still be bullish. I wouldn't probably be trying to go long now. I'd be trying to go long on these bigger, more pronounced pullbacks like this and like this and like this. Some of these pullbacks are not really three waves. Some of them are, some of them aren't. This is a nice ABC right there. Look at that. That's a beautiful ABC. Need like a scanner that just scans the market for three-way pullbacks on all different time frames. That'd be pretty cool. So, anyways, yeah, I would definitely be looking for longs. Pick this PI. Let me look at that for you. I like being challenged sometimes. I always do. I do think of myself as a really good analyst. I've been working with a computer programmer in my group lately to program my trading strategy so I can remove myself from the equation because I do think that I'm a very good forecaster, but my trading psychology and all the stupid mistakes like counter trend like trying to go long on the pound dollar when it's clearly in a downtrend is the mistake. Yeah, hey man, I've been basically doing that. I've been only trading, like a small handful of dollar pairs, and I don't even really trade the yen that much. But sometimes I trade the pound yen and the euro yen. Let's see here. PI crypto. What is PI? PI USDT. There's the gold man. I know the gold man's in town. Must be this one, huh? PI network tether. Definitely not a crypto guy. Oh yeah, I know very very little about cryptocurrency. Wow, that definitely did do a pump, but boy, it looks like it could be getting close to a bottom just by looking at this daily. It kind of looks like an ABC pullback. It definitely looks like an ABC pullback. Look at that. One, two, three. It's not really a five there. Maybe this is, yeah, I don't know, whatever. Wave A. One, two, three waves up. Wave B. This is like an ending diagonal right here type thing. I would probably do something like this for wave C. Wait for a breakout and buy that baby. Boy, it does look like an ABC. Maybe it's going to go down a little more, make a double bottom, but it's below the 90%, which is definitely not a good sign. I don't think I would be ready to go long now. I would probably do exactly what I just said. I would probably put, because with crypto, I mean, if it turns into another big giant uptrend, then you're not going to miss out by waiting for the breakout. It's not like you're going to miss out on a bunch of money if you wait. You might miss out on a little bit, but you got 3,000. Nice. I thought about doing that years ago when I lived in the U.S. because electricity is way cheaper in the U.S. than it is in Europe or the U.K. So, but you buy electricity in Europe is about 5 times more expensive than it was in the U.S. I would probably do something like this. It's kind of like a little wedge. If you get a breakout, then wait for a retest and go long on the retest or something, or just hold on to the coin you already have. But yeah, definitely. Let's take a look at some other pairs. That's what I would do. I would do something like that, and then you could throw an alert on here too if you want. You could right click on this and throw an alert on there, and then just wait for a break. And then when it breaks, see if you can catch a retest. It'd probably be a pretty good setup, honestly. Uh, Scooby Doo, Scooby Dooby Doo, where are you? Gold man himself. Aussie Kiwi and Bitcoin. I'll do those first, and then we'll look at gold. I was just looking at the Aussie Kiwi today because Ryan and Phil have both been eyeballing this pair. I don't really like how strong it pushed beyond the 78% though. It might actually go to the 90% now, so it's not ready yet, but it definitely looks like it's getting close. This is actually something we've been talking about. Oh yeah, I forgot that I had a channel on here too. That might help out a little bit, honestly. That needs to be adjusted a little bit, doesn't it? Something like that, maybe. Like that. Like that. It kind of broke out of the channel a little bit, didn't it? I always have a hard time figuring out where these channels are supposed to go. I'd probably just leave it like that, honestly. Which kind of lines up at the 90%. We need the channel man. We got the gold man. We could need the channel man now. That's like way too dark. There we go. That's better. Definitely looks like a wave three. I mean, there's no doubt in my mind that it's a wave three. This 90% I think would be my next target because if it's a regular flat, then a wave B would turn it to 90%. It doesn't have to. It could go higher than that, but that would be my next target. Would be the 90%. Hopefully, there it would pull back in a wave four, then go up for a wave five, and then go down and break structure, and then go from there. Because if this is the end of a correction, if and when this ends a correction, it should make another impulsive move just like this, which would potentially put you all the way down to about the 1.0 area. So this is going to be a huge move when it happens. But when we're saying close on the daily, this wave two right here lasted 26, actually longer than that. Probably lasted about 40 days, and we haven't even started the wave four yet. So let's say the wave four starts, maybe at the, maybe next week or something. Like let's say the wave four starts next week, and then it lasts about 40 days. That puts us until November. And then a wave five would probably last at least another 10 or 20 days. So that would probably put you towards the end of November, beginning of December before this actually turns. It's probably pretty realistic to think that it's going to turn right around here. Yeah, right around the beginning of December. So for now, I would definitely be very bullish still. It's definitely not over. Well, I mean, it's probably, I wouldn't try to go long right this minute, but I would definitely be trying to go long on pullbacks for sure. Proper pullbacks, not just little pullbacks. There was another pair, right, that he wanted me to look at. Sometimes I fall behind. Bitcoin. I was making videos for Bitcoin and the S&P 500 and Nasdaq and silver, but I don't trade any of those pairs, and it's very difficult to keep up with stuff I don't trade. So I stopped making videos for them. I do apologize, but most important thing for me is helping the people I work with and making money for myself to fulfill my own goals. Uh, yeah, I will look at. I kind of already looked at the pound dollar, but we could probably check it out again. We still got a good 35 minutes or so. I haven't looked at Bitcoin in quite a while. I kind of remember what I said last time. I'm pretty sure what I said last time was that this was an A and that we're going to make a B, which it kind of looks like it could needs to go up again for that, and then probably down for a C, or maybe a 1, 2, 3, but something like that. Oh yeah, definitely what I think. This is definitely an impulsive move in my eyes. This is an impulsive move also. So this is probably corrective to this, like a wave B, and then it's probably going to go up again for a wave C to a percentage of this move, and then it's probably going to go down again for the bigger move. So I think it's going to be basically, long story short, I think it's going to be kind of overlapping for a while because that's kind of a lot of up and down, isn't it? So I would put my Fibonacci retracement from here to there, like that. This is definitely impulsive, so I would not expect it to be over yet. It's probably going to go down again, maybe something like this, and then probably up again. I think it's going to go up at least one more time. It might go up to like 120, maybe 120 something. I don't think it's going to make a new high. I mean, a wave B definitely can make a new high, so don't rule it out. But most of the time, wave B's, 61, 78, maybe 90% is a good target of the move down. Let's see. Gold. Pound dollar is popular today. Let's see. Let's look at gold. What's gold doing? I haven't looked all day. After I make my videos for gold, that's the last time I look at it all day long because I don't trade it. Oh, it definitely is gonna break that little mini structure though, or at least it wants to. So that means we probably are in a larger correction finally. I still wouldn't say that it's the end of a wave three for sure, but gold is extremely clear to me on the very high time frames. And the part that is extremely clear to me is that we are definitely 100% in a wave three on the monthly. Wave threes are the biggest, strongest trends in a trend. Like a wave three is the strongest wave within a trend. So we are definitely in a wave three on the monthly. We are definitely in a wave three on the weekly. We are definitely in a wave three on the daily. So we have the end of a crescent right here. Then we have a 1, 2, 3. So we're in a wave three on the monthly, a wave three on the weekly. Then we have a subdivision right here, which we are also in a wave three of. So we're in a wave three on the daily also. So this is a 1, 2, 3. At some point, it's going to probably make a bigger pullback, which it could be starting now for a wave four, then up for wave five, and then probably make a way much bigger pullback for the big wave four, then a bigger move up for the big wave five. But it doesn't really have to start that big giant pullback now. It could go higher. Going down to the 4 hour time frame, the only thing I know right now is that the wave from here to here is complete. That's the only thing I know. Two things can happen. It can make a pullback to that wave and continue up, or it could be the end of a wave three, which would cause a trend reversal like this, and it would go down a big structure, proving that it's in a wave four. What would happen next is this, like something along these lines, some sort of a ABC of four, and then probably back up for a wave five. I know, menu. I honestly would not even put it past gold to go up more. To be honest with you, normally when you go into these really high levels, like when you start getting to like the 26, like beyond the 200 or beyond the 300 Fibonacci extension, the key levels are almost always the 50, like the 250, the 350, or the 261.8 or the 361.8. The 350 is at 3,085, $3,800, $3,805. You're probably right, Menu. I would listen to Menu. He's the gold man for sure. Honestly, my next target on gold is probably $3,805, and if it goes beyond that, my target would be about 3,822. So I do not disagree with the gold man whatsoever that this is probably not over. I would have my Fibonacci retracement on here now. There's no doubt about that. Like this, but I don't think it's over. The thing is if it stretches out like this, then you'll know that this is an A, and then it's going to stretch out into a big wave B, and then it's going to make a big wave C. Or it could do this and then just turn right back up if it's an ABC. Yeah, like Menu said, it could just be an ABC crescent to the last move and just keep going. 100% agree with Menu. So definitely don't assume that anything is over. Assumptions will get you into trouble. I lost a trade today assuming that it something. The pound dollar is clearly in a downtrend on the daily. I went long and thinking that it was going to go up for a wave C on the 1 hour today. So assumptions would get us in a lot of trouble. Emery, hello Emery, how's it going? No problem. Nice to see you. If anybody has any requests, oh nice, awesome. Thank you for the support. I try to do these live streams every Wednesday at 5 p.m. UK time or at noon Eastern Standard Time. It's a really good way to interact with my audience. So definitely make sure you like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. It's all free to do so. So definitely do that. You trade and hope, exactly. That's all you can really do. Oh, you're in my Discord. Nice, nice. Unfortunately, I had to get rid of my free Discord. The people that I 100% knew were not scammers because they were um, in the group chatting. Like the people that actually were active in the group, I allowed to stay in my group. So there is still quite a few free members. There's still about 500 members in the group that are there for free. But I'm not taking any more free members because the group was just filled with scammers. It was ridiculous. Too many people were getting ripped off, and I do not want to be responsible for anybody getting ripped off. In 1 week, I had two people contact me saying that they sent money to a fake brokerage, which they gave me the website and everything, and then the money was gone. One guy sent £1,000 to a broker website and then never got it back. And then another guy sent like 600 or 700 euros to a broker and never got it back. So I'm not going to be partially responsible for people losing money to some scammer that's probably sitting in Africa or Asia or something, laughing their ass off because they scammed somebody. But yeah, definitely, I do have a website. If anybody is interested, check out my website. I'll put the link in the chats. It is only $30 a month. We have a really great group of people that really share their analysis. I do share all my trades with the group at the exact time of entry also. It is only $30 a month. It comes with a trading course and a ton of educational information. But that is the only way you can get into my Discord if you're not already in there. But the members area is where you get access to, the members chats, which are way more active. You can see all the charts that people are posting in here all day, including myself. I also do a members forecast every single morning. I do all these pairs every single day. I do the daily time frame analysis for every single one of these pairs. What direction I recommend trading in, which is basically how I do all my trades, and the alerts channel definitely. The alerts channel is pretty good. Not many people really take advantage of it, but it's only $10 a month. But the only reason I even charge anything for it is because Yenberry spent like a month trying to figure out how to get that alerts channel to work, programming a program to get it to work. So because of that, he gets half of the He gets 50% of any profit that I make from that. I personally think the euro dollar, which I've been saying all week long, I think is going to do this. I think we're going down to like 1.135. Oh, you got at 4 a.m. Oh, nice. I was sleeping at that time. I think the best way to use that alert channel is to just trade on the 30-minute time frame and just take the little or the 15-minute time frame and just take these little moves every day. Take this move and take this move, and if I'm saying look for shorts, go here. If I'm looking for longs, take this and take this. Oh, is it a gold alert too? Nice. Yeah, I mean, I've been saying looking for logs, so you would have got an alert here. You went long, made money, would have got an alert, made money, get an alert, make money, get an alert, make a little money, make some money, make some money. I've been saying nothing about longs on gold for like 2 weeks anyways, but yeah, definitely. Definitely, only trading in one direction on gold, in my opinion, for sure. So I would for sure be looking for longs on gold still. Like I was saying, I think the euro dollar's at a wave three. I mean, I think we'll probably get a pullback because we're at a double bottom here. Ah, thanks a lot, buddy. Thanks, Joe Doe, John Doe. Appreciate the support. I try to do what I can, but I can't be on Discord all day, every day. I burn myself out sometimes with Discord. At a certain point, I turn notifications off, usually around 7 or 8 o'clock my time. I turn the notifications off. Otherwise, I get really burnt out on it. So I do apologize. I live in Europe, so around 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock UK time, I turn notifications off for Discord. I can't be awake all day and night answering questions. Yeah, the attacks are pretty active. I like how active people have been lately because even if you're a new trader, I've seen a lot of brand new traders post their charts, and I'm like, oh man, that guy is 100% right. Oh, from Nigeria, nice, welcome, nice to see you. The Mystic, I got some of the people working for me are from that area. Great people from what I can gather. Let's see. So I think this is going to keep going down. I mean, maybe it will bounce, but I definitely would be looking for sorts in a downtrend. Same thing on the pound dollar. I mean, maybe we're going to get a bounce in the Asian session, but definitely sorts. Aussie dollar, same thing. Definitely looking for sorts. Kiwi dollar, definitely looking for sorts. US dollar CAD, 100% looking for logs. US dollar Swiss, definitely looking for logs. That's why these are my personal charts that I actually trade for because these actually tell me what direction I should be trading. So I go down to like the 30-minute time frame and I can see that I should be looking for logs, even though it's been going down. Whoops, I didn't update that, did I? That should be shorts. I'm sorry, pound dollar. So I can see that I should be looking for shorts. So I would have known all day long that I should be only looking for shorts today. On the Aussie dollar, I would have known. Technically, I would have been looking for longs because of the momentum, but you, Kiwi dollar, I would have known all day long that I was looking for shorts. US dollar CAD, I would have known all day long I was looking for longs. US dollar Swiss, I would have known all day long I was looking for longs. And if you follow along with my members forecast that I do every single day as a member, then you would have known to look for longs all day on the dollar Swiss, and you would have known to look for longs all day on the dollar CAD. You would have known that I would have been recommending shorts on the pound yen. You would have known that I would have been recommending longs on the euro yen. I've been recommending longs, shorts on the pound yen today, even though it's been drifting up. You still could have made money to the short side a few different times today, especially if you were scalping. Been recommending longs on the euro yen. You definitely could have made some money scalping the euro yen to the long side today, 100%. Just trade in one direction, momentum trading. US dollar yen, we've been looking for logs. You definitely would have made money looking for logs today on the dollar yen. You, even gold, even though it drifted down a lot today, you definitely would have made money looking for logs on gold today, scalping. Definitely would have made money looking on for logs on the dollar Swiss today. And you get access to all this stuff at my website. So if anybody is interested, like I said, it is only $30 a month. I don't charge months because I'm not looking to get rich from my memberships. I want to be $1 million trader within the next year or two. I don't want to be getting rich off of this. Devin and Slaya. Hey, Devin and Slawa, how's it going? Yeah, definitely. I really do enjoy helping people, and I make these videos for free every day, and I do get a lot of pleasure out of getting positive response from people. When people tell me that they made money based on my analysis, I mean, it makes my day. I could literally have like a losing day, like I could have lost money today, but then somebody contacts me and says I made money today with your analysis, and I would be happy as hell. My whole day would be good. Yeah, the trading course too, definitely. So the pound yen, and then we'll look at Ethereum and oil. Let's see. Let's switch back to this. Let me go to here. Pound yen. I still think that the pound yen might go down. The problem with this analysis, like I've been saying every single day in my videos, is on the shorter time frames, it looks like it's going to go down. On the weekly time frame, it looks like it needs to go up and hit this Fibonacci level, which it has not done yet. That doesn't mean that it might not drift down and then go back up and hit that fib level and then go down big like we think it's going to, which actually probably makes more sense in the long run. I think it's trying to go down, honestly, though. It looks like a three-way pattern. It looks like a wave A. It looks like a wave B. It looks like a possible wave one, a possible wave two. It looks like it could go down, make a 3, 4, 5. We do have a little bit of yen news this week too. Not a lot, but I think we do have some yen news coming out, don't we? Yeah, we definitely got a little bit of yen news coming this week. Then we have, yeah, we got Tokyo CPI news coming. They're saying that inflation is up a little bit in Japan, so maybe Thursday night we're gonna get the end of a wave two, the beginning of a big wave three. Potentially would be a very, very profitable trade if you could catch that. That's for sure. So yeah, keep an eye on that. Like I was saying in my morning video, I would have my Fibonacci retracement from here to here. I'd be waiting for a fib bounce and a break to the downside at a fib level. If you're a scalper, then technically you'd probably still be looking for logs. If you're not a scalper, then you're probably waiting for the big short, like I would be. Let me look at Ethereum and oil. I make videos for the Euro dollar every day, but if we got time, I can definitely. And I just talked about the Euro dollar a minute ago, but if we got time, I can definitely look at it. Let's see here. Let's look at Ethereum. Boy, Ethereum is something I definitely haven't looked at in a long time. Kind of looks like a wave four though, doesn't it? Oh, it definitely looks like a wave four. Wave one, wave two, wave three. I bet we're in a wave four. Need to adjust my fib levels a little bit too, don't I? Needs to be up here a little more. I guess we could get rid of this for now. I think we're gonna go down more though. I don't. I think it's gonna go down to 38%. Oh, nice. Thanks a lot, buddy. Once you make payment, you will get an email that tells you how to get access to the members only Discord channels. So follow the instructions in the email and you'll get access to everything. This looks like it's going to turn into like some sort of three-way pattern, doesn't it? Because it made three ways down, but it's not a big enough, to me, it's not a deep enough correction to be a complete correction. So it's probably going to do something like this, in my opinion, down to one of these fib levels. Make like a 3, 3, 5 pattern or something. 5 ways down, 3 ways up, 5 ways down, 5, 5, 3, 5, and then either another 3 ways or another 5 ways. Probably something along those lines. So once you get a break of structure to the upside, I would become bullish again, at least temporarily, for sure. Oil was something that I thought was turning up in a big way. I think oil is going to go to $100 a barrel at some point. Oh yeah, look at it go! It is still. Boy, is anybody following my forecast? Because I'm not. I've been talking about this for a long time too. I don't trade oil, but boy, sometimes I will look at stuff for people, and then later on I'll look at it again, and I'll be like, man, I should have got in that thing. If the DXY goes up, then you would expect the euro dollar to go down for sure. Oh, my voice is low? Seems like, yeah, I got my equalizer thing turned up enough. I'll turn it up a little bit. I'm kind of soft spoken. I try not to be too loud. I don't really like loud people. Loud people are annoying. But either ways, I think we're in a wave three. I think this is going to do something like this. Unfortunately, for anybody that has to heat their home or put gasoline in their car, I think oil's going up to like $100 a barrel. Probably back up to these previous highs that we had in COVID period, 2023 or whatever, before we had all that excess oil. I still don't like that it didn't turn at a fib level, but if you look at it on the weekly, it did kind of turn at a fib level, didn't it? No, not really. The monthly definitely doesn't look like it turned at a fib level, which is usually a red flag for me. But if you look at it on the monthly, and this does end up going up like that, you would say, oh, look, it respected the 61%. Yeah, it spiked below it, but it wasn't able to close below it on the monthly. And that would be actually a perfect place to likely see your 5 waves up to $100 a barrel. Yeah, that's probably why it didn't turn at a fib level, because the trend is going to be tuned to like the weekly to monthly time frame. Yeah, I can look at those pairs for sure. I make videos for those pairs every day. Actually, the euro dollar and the dollar yen, I make 2 videos a day for that. Very short videos, but still, I would definitely be bullish. I mean, I would want to be long. I'd want to be looking for longs. I probably wouldn't want to try to go long right this second, but yeah, I would definitely want to be looking for longs on pullbacks. So, what do we got here? We got oil, Ethereum. Well, look at the euro dollar. What about the pound dollar? All the pairs that I make videos for. Yeah, everybody always wants. That's why I make videos for all those pairs, because they're the most popular pairs. If I made a video for, like the Euro Aussie, I mean, yeah, I would get views, but definitely not that many views. Most people only care about the really popular stuff. So yeah, I would definitely be recommending longs. I would hope to see some more pullbacks so we can continue to look for longs. Definitely. Yeah, I have two funded accounts. One of them isn't really a funded account though. One of them is an account with X. I don't really consider that a funded account. It's more of a money managed account because the payout is way different for that. But I have a $100,000 account with X, and I have a $50,000 account with I always forget the name, but I will put it out here. F something. Hold on. And then I also have my personal trading account. All the trades that I share with the group all come from my personal trading account. So FXIFY is the account that I have for the $50,000 account. If you're from America, it's a little difficult to get a prop firm challenge. There's only a few reliable companies that do it. So if you're thinking about signing up for a prop firm account, definitely check out my affiliate link here because it's not going to cost you any extra money and it helps support the channel big time. But I definitely recommend FXIFY. I definitely recommend the 5%ers. The Darwin Zero is the other company that I have. I have a $100,000 account with them. And FTMO is now accepting American clients again. Yeah, they just started recently accepting American clients again, which is great news because that's probably one of the most reliable companies out of all of them. FTMO actually bought Oanda recently, so I mean that's a pretty big deal. Oanda is actually one of the biggest brokers out there, so it's kind of a big deal. So if anybody's interested, definitely check out my affiliate links for that. It makes a big difference for sure. You can find my affiliate links in the description of all my videos for that. I'm going to have to add them to. I have to add all of them, but yeah. I definitely think that gold is in a way forward, just like when you said, for sure. I definitely think the euro dollar is in a wave three. I mean, they probably will pull back a little in the Asian session, but I would definitely be looking for shorts on pullbacks. I definitely think we're in a wave three, just like I said this morning. Actually, I think that the euro dollar is extremely clear. This is a wave A. This is a wave B. I think we're going down for a wave C. I think it's either going to go to the 100% 105 for a running ABC or maybe the 90. These would be my three higher targets. If it goes beyond that, then I would be targeting a much lower level. I'd be targeting the 161, which is right around the 1.12. I kind of hope it turns into a big old giant reversal on the weekly, but it's probably not going to do that. I wouldn't try to go short now. A lot of people will hear my videos and I'll say, I'm looking for shorts on pullbacks. And then people hear me say that and they go short right here. And then they're like, why did it go up? Ooh. I'm like, you go short on pullbacks. You don't go short now. I probably won't make that big of a pullback either. If anything, it might just, do something like that. So yes, I would recommend shorts. If you want to learn what I look for to go short, then you have to check out my membership. Like I said, it is only $30 a month, and it comes with a trading course. The trading course is 34 videos that literally took me 2 months to make last year. I spent so much time working on these videos. So it comes with a complete trading course and a ton of educational information. Ah, nice. 160. My goal was originally to take the $400,000 funded account challenge, but I don't know if I'm going to do it because I honestly would prefer to build my own trading account. I'd like to be trading $1 million personal trading account, not $1 million in funded account. I just don't trust them. I mean, yeah, a $400,000 funded account would be nice, but I would rather have a $400,000 personal account than a $400,000 funded account. Definitely. So definitely looking for shorts on the pound dollar. Definitely looking for shorts on the euro dollar. I think that the pound dollar is a regular flat, which gives me an even more accurate target for either here or here. I think this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down like that, and then probably a big reversal, unless it's a wave three on the weekly, which I kind of hope it is, because I get paid in dollars. I thought this was going to play out in a three-way pattern, but it's looking pretty impulsive. So we'll see if that actually happens. Starting to look more like a 1, 2, 3. So it might at this point it's probably going to end up doing something like this, isn't it? It's probably going to go out to at least one of these higher levels now. I don't even know what I would call it at this point because it's not a WXYXZ if it's making a five-wave impulsive move. If it does that, that's not a WXYZ unless it does this and then does this and then does this, which I guess it could. Maybe that's what it's going to do. It's going to do another big old giant ABC correction. The monthly, I do a top-down analysis on the main pairs too once a week on Sundays. But we are at a major indecision point right now on the euro dollar and the pound dollar. Honestly, I get paid in U.S. dollars because I'm an American and my business is set up in America. So I'm actually waiting for the euro dollar to go down so I can transfer some money to Europe so I can have more money to live on. I've been living on the same money for like 8 months because I'm waiting for the euro dollar to go down. So we either have two options. Option number one is this is an A, this is a B, this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up for a wave C, going all the way up to 1.34 to 1.36. So that's option number one, A, B, C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of C. Option number two is a completely different analysis with a completely different direction. Option number two is that this is an A, this is a B, and this is a C, and we're going to respect this 78%, and then we're going to go down all the way back down, which is a pullback to this last wave. Which honestly, I kind of hope that this is the correct analysis because that would be lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, lower highs. It would be a downtrend on the monthly time frame, even though it's overlapping, which the trend shouldn't be quite that overlapping, but that would be a downtrend on the monthly time frame. All lower lows, lower highs. I just showed my analysis on the daily time frame, and that should kind of give you a good clue of what to do on the shorter time phase. But I was thinking that this was going to play out in a 1-2-3 pattern, but it's not. It's impulsive. This is almost definitely a 1-2-3 now. That's not an ABC. It can't be an ABC. It's probably not over. I think it looks more like a 1-2-3 now than an ABC. It's probably going to do this. I would expect to see 5 waves up. I would expect it to take out this high, which would probably put me to the 105 or the 123 or the 138. So I would expect that we're likely in a wave 3 right now, and I would expect that it's probably not even close to being over. So definitely very, very bullish on that for sure. Does anybody have any last minute requests before I sign off? I usually try to keep this an hour because I do a lot for my members and I make a lot of videos. I do these live streams every single Wednesday unless I have plans, which sometimes I do. I do it at 5 p.m. UK time, GMT time, or at noon Eastern Standard Time, DC time, US time. So definitely make sure you like and subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on my future videos. I do videos twice a day for the dollar yen. I do videos twice a day for the euro dollar. I do videos twice a day for the gold. And then the other dollar pairs I do once a day. I do the euro dollar, the euro yen, and the pound yen once a day also. So I make a lot of videos. So if you haven't liked, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Definitely make sure you do so. And I will talk to everybody next week if I don't talk sooner. As always, thank you for watching and happy trading to everyone.